Hi, welcome to Melissa's Money Mindset. Today I'm going to be talking about a very exciting new feature for one of my favorite software companies, BookBolt. Now, if you've been selling on Amazon's KDP platform, then you probably have realized that word search and word puzzle books absolutely crush it. And BookBolt has met customer demand by now offering custom word search and word puzzle options. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to put these custom word searches and word puzzles into your very own KDP book so that you can get them uploaded to the KDP platform in no time at all. Now, I do have a discount code with BookBolt. It's MMM20. Again, MMM20 to get 20% off your very own BookBolt subscription. I'll be sure to leave that in the description box down below as well. Before we get into the tutorial, if you could please do me a huge favor and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss another money-making tip. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm just going to head over to BookBolt, and you can either just get there by Googling BookBolt and it should be the top link, or you can go directly to their website at bookbolt.io. Then I'm going to click on login up here in the top right-hand corner. So I wanted to start today with some proof of concept before we jump into the new design. So I wanted to establish that there's plenty of market demand for these word searches and these number search puzzles. So before we head over to the BookBolt studio, I wanted to do some research with you. So let's head over here. We'll stay in the research portion of the software. And then I'm just going to click on Cloud right here, which is their cloud research tool. Then I'm just going to say that I want to see the top 100 best sellers. And then we will select the category puzzle book. And then we're just going to click search. So let's take a look at some of these best sellers. Big 2025 word search. So this one has a BSR of 577, which is absolutely incredible. If you are familiar with BSR, bestsellers ranking, you know that anything closer to the number one is better. And so based on the BSR, the software is estimating that their monthly sales are 652 sales per month from this one book. Now you can see that there are plenty of other books here as well that have a lot of reviews. This one has 1,600 reviews. This one has almost 2,200 reviews. Another one with 1,600 reviews, and they're all priced pretty well. So you can see that the demand is definitely there. So let's try to figure out exactly how much this seller is making from this book alone. We know that their estimated sales are roughly 652 per month, but I'm going to use the Amazon KDP royalty calculator, and we'll figure out just how much they're making per sale of each book. So to find the KDP royalty calculator, all you have to do is Google KDP royalty calculator, and it should be the first link. Now I'm just going to do a side-by-side here so that we can easily fill out all of the information we need to in our calculator. Okay, so here we'll have to select the book type. So it is a paperback book. Interior is going to be black and white interior with white paper. Trim size, we'll have to open up the listing. So let's do that. So you can see right here, the dimensions are 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So let's adjust this. It's on the .com marketplace. This will tell you it's 114 pages and the list price is $8.99. So then if you scroll down, you can see that the estimated royalty here is $2.46 per sale. Now we know from the BookBolt Cloud that they're roughly selling 652 of these per month. So let's do a quick calculation here. So we'll do 652 times our $2.46. So this seller is making roughly $1,600 from this word search book alone. One book is making them $1,600. So again, focus on the idea of scaling here. So today I'm going to show you how to make custom and unique word search puzzles. So if you could put up even a few hundred of these books, you could probably be making a pretty penny if this person is making $1,600 from one. Okay, so now that we know what's possible, let's head over to the BookBolt studio. So I'm going to toggle this down. And we'll switch from research to create, and then we'll click on BookBolt Studio. Okay, so before we get started constructing the actual puzzle and the book, I want to decide what shape I want my puzzle to be in. So this is the new custom feature of BookBolt. So I'm going to select New Project, and then I'm going to toggle this down to Custom. And we're basically going to go through some Pixabay images and shapes, and we'll decide which shape we want our puzzle to be. So let me show you a really easy way to do this. I'm going to say we want our image to be 500 by 500 pixels, and then we can say complete project. Now I'm finding the image in the shape I want so that I can download that before we get into our actual bookmaking process. So let's click right here on File Library, and then I've toggled over to Pixabay. So all of these images here are free for commercial use and copyright free, which is really nice. So now you can think to yourself, which shape do I want my puzzle to be in? So if you're imagining a crossword puzzle, it can't be anything really, really intricate, but it could be a cloud or a heart or a circle or even letters. So I'm going to stick with the upcoming Christmas theme, and I'm going to try to find a tree topper, like a Christmas star. So let's just search for star. And then I just want one of these yellow stars here. So I'm just going to select this plain yellow star. And generally you want something that doesn't have a background to it. But if you find an image that you like, I will show you in just a second how you can still use that image and remove the background. Okay, now I'm just going to click on File, Export to PNG. And you can see it's downloaded here into my downloads folder, which is perfect. Okay, so now we have at least one star shape, which is totally fine. Okay, so now let's try to find a different image, say that has a background. So let's look for a star with a background. Here's a star with a blue background. So let's just select that. And then if you go up here to the top menu and you select these little stars, they look like stars in the night sky. You can click on that and it should remove the background from behind the star. Then we can do the same thing. We can file, export to PNG. The important part here is to think about what shape, I guess, you want your puzzle to be in. So you roughly want a square dimension just so that nothing ends up being skewed. If you tried to put this star and stretch it into like a rectangular shape or tried to squish it into a smaller shape, the star shape itself would end up kind of wonky and might not end up looking like a perfect star. So that's why I'm recommending that you just take the time to save this as a square PNG before we upload it to make the actual book. Now, once we have our shape, I'm going to head to Project, New Project. Here, I'm going to change this from custom back to paperback, cover, and interior. Now, I do have an entire video dedicated to making an aesthetically pleasing and eye-catching cover. I'm not going to create the cover today just for the sake of time, but feel free to check out that video because I really take the time to make an entire journal cover and interior. We'll keep BookBolt puzzle tutorial, and then we do need to make sure that the trim size is 8.5 by 11. Just like this book is over here. Then I'm going to stick with black and white interior with white paper. You can make a color interior. However, you should note that you'll probably have to price your book a little bit higher to recover some of the extra cost associated with color printing. Okay, so black and white is fine. I always select bleed, meaning that the interior will go to the edges of the paper. And then page count, this is another really important point here. So basically we have to think about ahead of time, how many puzzles do we want in our book? So I'm just going to stick with one puzzle per page. So let's say I want to do 50 puzzles per book. Then I also have to account for the puzzle solutions. So I need 50 pages for puzzles and 50 pages for the puzzle solutions. So in total, I need 100 pages. Now, if I wanted 100 puzzles and I need 100 solutions pages, then I would have to change this to 200. So just decide how many puzzles you would like ahead of time because that will determine your page count. Now we can click on Create Project. Okay, so this is my cover page. Like I said, I'm not going to go over creating a cover in this video, but I will link to my other video. So I'm going to toggle to the first interior page, and I'm going to click on Interior Templates Library. Now you can just scroll down here and you will very quickly run into the crosswords and word searches, or you can click on hashtag word puzzle at the top here and that will bring you directly to them. Now, I highly recommend that, especially just starting out, you do one puzzle at a time. So that's what we're going to do today. So to start out with, I'm going to select word search standard. Then I will select the current page, saying that I want the puzzle on the current page. And I'll click continue to options. Okay, so once you're on this page, you'll see that this area is broken up into words per puzzle, puzzle solution, and title. And then here you can upload your CSV file. So here, this is a new feature. So you can have up to 40 words per puzzle. For today's video, I'm just going to do 20 words per puzzle. And then you can also customize the direction that you want words to run. So if you want only forward-facing words, if you want to allow for a diagonal word search, which I do want, I love that. And if you want to allow for reverse word search, which I also enjoy, I like a little challenge. So I'm going to select all of those. And that basically, again, just allows you to customize the intersections and diagonals of all of your word searches. Now we're going to open puzzle. So like I said, for now, I'm just going to do one puzzle per page, but you can see you can do up to 4 puzzles per page. So let's just stick with one. I'd like my puzzle in the center, but you can change the alignment if you'd like to. You can also change the font. So I'm just going to stick with Open Sans, but you can see that they have tons of different fonts here. You can also change the style of the font as well, which is nice. And you can also change the letter color. You can allow capital letters or not. And you can also customize a bunch of other items in here, like line width. If your cells are outlined, the cell color, the border color, there's just so many customization options. You can also customize the clue section of your puzzles. Farther down the page, you'll find solution. So again, you can say where you'd like the solution to be. You can be really mean and say no solution, but I would like my customers to have a solution. You can say after all puzzle pages. You can say the next page after each puzzle page, or you can manually select the solution pages. So I'm just going to leave this on after all puzzle pages, and I'll also keep it center alignment. Then you can go down to title. So basically this will automatically match your solution title. So the puzzle that we're going to make will say puzzle number 1, and then the solution will say solution number 1. So it's automatically set up here to automatically match these two items together. Now, the next thing that we have to worry about is uploading a CSV file with all of the words that you want to have used in your word search. So they do have an example file right here that you can download and you can click on. Okay, so here is that spreadsheet, but I'm going to actually show you how to create your own unique list of keywords. So we're going to stick with the Christmas and holiday theme, and I'm going to show you where I get all of my holiday keywords for our Christmas star crossword puzzle. So I'm going to head over to ChatGPT, and I'm going to type in that I want a list of 300 words that are less than 15 characters each pertaining to the Christmas season. So it's made the list. I'm just going to copy this all now. Then I'm going to paste it all in here. Okay, so here's my list. I will save this as Christmas keywords. And this is really important. Make sure you're saving this as a CSV file, a comma separated values file right here. So let's click on choose CSV file. So now that I've uploaded my CSV file, I'm going to click continue to solutions page. Now it's asking me, where do you want the solutions page to be? Do I want it to be directly after puzzle number 1? Do I want it somewhere else in the book? For now, I'm just going to say put it directly after the puzzle. So you can see here's puzzle number 1. Here's all of my holiday related keywords. And then here is my actual crossword puzzle. Then on the next page is the solutions. Everything is highlighted. Everything is scaled correctly, so that you can see exactly where the correct answers are for this first puzzle. Now, I also wanted to point out here, a lot of people like to label their books as large print puzzles. And to qualify as a large print book on the Amazon platform, all of the text in the book has to be 16-point font or bigger. So let me show you how to double check what size your font is within the software. Now, this really comes in handy, especially if you decide to put multiple puzzles on the same page, because the software will automatically shrink all of that information to fit it on one page. So we'll right click here, we'll click on edit contents, and then we can select solution number 1. Right now, this is telling me my font size in pixels, which isn't helpful to me. So I'm going to switch this over to point, and you'll see it's 19-point font. So that's perfect. Let's click on one of the words down here, and this will tell me 18.17 font. So all of these words look good to go. So far I could label this book as large print puzzles. Okay, so now that we've mastered adding one puzzle per page, let's look at adding multiple puzzles per page. So we'll click back into the interior templates library. I'll click on word search standard again. I'm going to select the current page, and then I'm going to say I would like 2 puzzles per page. and 2 solutions per page. Everything else could remain the same. It already has my CSV uploaded from my previous puzzle, so all I have to do is click Continue to Solution Pages. I would like the solution directly following the puzzle page, and I just click Submit. Okay, so here's 2 puzzles per page and 2 solutions per page. Again, now let's check to see, edit contents, what size this text actually is. So this is only 13 point roughly text, so this book no longer qualifies as a large print book. So again, just something to pay attention to. Okay, so let's scroll farther down into our book. I'm gonna go back into Interior Templates Library, and I'm gonna click on Word Search Custom. Now, many of the options here will be the same as the standard word search. So I'm gonna say words per puzzle. Again, let's do 20. So I've selected that I want to allow diagonal words and reverse words. And then down here in boards, you can basically select what size you'd like your board to be. So if you'd like it to be really easy, you can make it 10 by 10, normal 20 by 20, or hard 30 by 30. And they even allow you now to do 50 by 50. So that's one of their new features as well, if you want to make it really tricky. So I'm just going to go back to normal for the sake of this tutorial. And then here where it says puzzle shape mask, here is where I'm going to finally upload that star that we had downloaded more towards the beginning of the video. Here is my star. So that turned out really great. Now, another feature that I wanted to bring your attention to that's new is these show and hide features on the left-hand side here. So you can see kind of here, a few things are missing, like this should be filled in, this square should be filled in so that it matches this side because you'd like your puzzle to be uniform. So you can just click on show, and then you can highlight this square and it will automatically include that now as part of the puzzle. Now, say I wanted to hide it again, I could just select it again to hide it, but I'm going to show it so that my puzzle is nice and symmetrical. So I have really been a big fan of this show and hide feature. It allows you to easily edit any square and to fully customize your template. So we will play around with this a little bit more farther along in the video. Now you can also do a reflection. So you can reflect the bottom of the star up to the top. You can just play around and make any shape truly that you want to. Why does that look like a frog to me? So again, I'm just going to select no reflection, but remember that you have this reflection feature here on the side. And then the other important thing that I wanted to point out along the side here is that you can click Save Mask. So if I really like this mask and I want to save it for the future, AKA I just really like this shape and I want to save it for the future, I can download that. You saw it just dropped into my download folder, and I can easily upload that to projects moving forward. The other thing I wanted to draw your attention to is this invert button here on the side. So if I click invert and say okay, it will basically reverse or invert my star so that you are solving the outside of the star and the inside remains a blank star shape. The solutions and the title should all be the same. And then again, I'm just going to upload a CSV file here and then click Continue to Solutions page. Here's my star. That turned out great with all of my words underneath and then all of my solutions. So let me show you one more feature here. I'm going to go back into the Interior Templates library and click on Word Search Custom again. I'll select our current page, and then I'm going to do a custom board. So let's say I want to do 20 rows by 40 columns. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to draw a word. So I'm going to use these show and hide features basically to help us out here. So let's select hide, and then I'm just going to write a word here. Okay, so I'm just writing hi. Now I'm just going to go back and fix some of my mistakes, which is nice here with the show feature. Okay, so that looks great. Okay, so here's my word hi. Again, I'm going to show you how to invert this. So you could make it more fun and have it look like this. Now, I think that this could be a perfect tool for anyone targeting parents or babysitters or teachers, because how fun would that be as like an elementary school or middle school kid to basically find all of the letters of your name in this crossword book. You could solve each letter of your name, rip it out, decorate it however you want it, color it, and you could even put it in your room somewhere. So now the last feature I wanted to show you here is that here you can see it says board 1. So you could say, I want to add another board, and basically we're going to make a pattern within our book. Okay, so here you can see that I've added multiple boards. The first page of my pattern, I always want it to say hi. On page 2 of my pattern, I always want it to say hello. On page 3 of my pattern, I always want it to say bye. And on page 4 of my pattern, I always want it to say love, or I could make a heart or any other shape that I want to. Now, the other important part about this page is you can say how often you want this page used. So you could say, I would like this page used X number of times, used 5 times during the course of my puzzle book creation. You could say, I want this one used 3 times, and so on and so forth, so that this is completely customizable and you can really make these books look however you want to. And if you decide you don't want a board, you can always come in here and click remove. So I'm just going to remove the ones that we didn't fill out today. We'll keep this one and we will continue to solutions page. So here is our hi puzzle. So the last thing that I wanted to show you, because I realize that this can be a lot of information, is this learning tab up here in the left-hand corner. So if you click on learning and you go to the BookBolt FAQ, you have all of these as a resource. You can even search it. So if you want to Command F, you can search for anything in here. So if I'm looking for how do I create a CSV file, it'll take you to one of these how-to sections at the bottom. And there's an entire blog post dedicated to helping you craft the CSV file, similar to the one that I made about the Christmas keywords. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to refer to this learning tab. I hope all of this information has been helpful. Like I said before, if you're interested in signing up for your very own BookBolt account, you can use my code MMM20, that's MMM20, to get 20% off your very own BookBolt subscription. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section down below. As always, feel free to follow me on my socials right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.